Good morning and welcome to JCTV Africa. My name is Marvelous Dlamini and thank you so much for joining us. This is our morning update where we give you the trending stories from the Sunshine City and just across the country. And it's a lovely day here. I'm loving the weather. The sun is out and it's all beautiful. And to help me discuss the trending stories is my colleague.
Yes, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Good. And the weather is still loving you?
Yeah, the weather is still in my favor, so yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. But wait until a few weeks to come when winter comes.
Now, I'll deal with that when it comes. But now, getting into our trending stories, as we know that today is the 30th and the ZIG is supposed to be introduced to the people and they're supposed to start catching out ZIG notes and coins. And right now, I was just checking the situation in the banks. It's long queues, as you can see in the video. It's long queues. People are waiting to collect the ZIG. But the people that I managed to talk to, they say that they've been waiting there since they got here. And since it was before 8 when I got there, they said, so they were told to wait until 8 so that they'll be told if they are able to cash out the ZIG or not.
Yeah. Very, very concerning, of course. I would expect, since we're in the modern era, that since it's cash that is supposed to be dispensed at all ATMs, so that can be available for everyone to use, because the cash shortages of the local currency is a cause for concern, especially for the informal traders who normally want to use this, especially for change and everything. Like yesterday, I had to buy 9 pence because I couldn't get change because they don't have the local currency to transact in that. So really concerning, but we're gonna see how it pans out. And I was hoping that this time around they would make this cash to be available everywhere, so that it doesn't promote these money changers or people that are in the streets. Because if the money is not available in the banks or it is scarce, then this creates this monster of money changers.
Yeah, indeed. So we just keep a track on that and see what happens as the day progresses to see if people are able to access it, because some were saying that, they were just told, just wait, we'll see if we will be able to cash it out. So we just keep track of that situation and see how it goes. And still talking about the ZIG, I was just looking at some of the stories that are trending today, is that private schools in Harare, as we know that schools will soon be opening. So private schools, they say to be paying their fees in local currency, but when they're paying it at ZIG is at 23.
Yeah. It's it's just a buffer for them to prepare for the unexpected, because you see, with time and on the black market, the ZIG was also trading at that amount. So I think they're just putting a buffer and being careful, as people, they don't know, because when the schools open, then the ZIG has lost its ground, and then they have to deal with that losses of changing that money then back to the US dollars. So I think it's a move that is maybe calculative, in order for them not to incur losses in the process, but also trying to adhere to what the government is saying, that they should accept the local currency.
Yeah, also on terms of that, so they say, this school say that the rate is bound to change. So meaning that it's not like it's going to be 23 until, so it might go up or it might go down depending on the situation, and also something that we had to see as the schools are opening soon. But you were telling me something about the opposition when it comes to politics this morning, and you had a lot to say on that.
Yes. This comes after the former or the current Triple-C spokesperson Promise Mugano said that they need to go on the streets or take massive action against what is happening with the government. And I was reading this on the news day, and they were saying that there is death in the opposition, and this is a trend that I've observed over the years, from the year 2000 up to now, that in the interim, just after the elections, say that there is chaos in the opposition, or there is a split in the opposition, or something happens in the opposition and they rub shoulders. And these are some of the things that we are seeing. And to me, it is concerning that it seems like the opposition in Zimbabwe, they don't prepare for these, and it's ZANU-PF that is always ahead of them, and they are planning, and if they call it infiltration or whatever, but it's the opposition that always have to pick up the pieces before the elections, which is very, very concerning, and that disorganizes this whole unit, and it becomes a weakened, and they cannot stand against ZANU-PF in all these elections. If you check in South Africa, you have seen that, checking EFF, that from the year that was that it came to being, which is in 2018, up to date, there have been making strides. No splits or something. They have been going up and up in numbers, and their percentages keeping on growing, and they're increasing membership, which is a commendable thing. And I would want to see that in the opposition politics, that during the time when there are no elections, they should be making strides instead of fighting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure it's something that maybe the opposition needs to work on. And then I also still on that, I saw Ostalos might have hinted that maybe we might see the return of Chamisa soon when it comes to politics, as we know that he resigned. But Ostalos did make some remarks that, you know, people were left thinking to say maybe we are going to see the return of Chamisa and a new opposition, and maybe an even stronger and organized, better one this time.
Yeah, it comes back to that why do they always having to go to the drawing board? They need to plan circumspectly and make sure that they don't avoid these things of people now probably it's the blue movement or whatever, but this should be avoidable if people can really plan and make the unit to be formidable, not to be just something that can be pushed over.
Indeed. So now looking at our last story, I know today we're discussing more about this thing.
Yes,
I've seen the last time Christopher Mswanga was attacking Professor Mugano on how he's always criticizing the currency. And now Professor Mugano has gone back. I don't know if it was just a way of raising concerns. He was saying that the governor, the Reserve Bank governor, should stop making remarks on the ZIG until he has at least full information on how the entire thing is going to work. Because we've seen recently he made some remarks that no, it was not the idea of the Reserve Bank and the government to bring in the ZIG. It was the World Bank. And so he was saying that, you know, he should stop making these comments. He should stop talking to the media until he has got an idea of what is going on, because it's sort of like causing confusion in the public. Yeah,
see a lot of firefighting there in this war scenario, because the reactions that we found on the streets and everything against the ZIG and the skepticism that is there. So he is trying to fight the skepticism that people have, that, you know, we don't see this currency performing well. We have seen this, you know, it's like we have seen this before, you know. So I personally think that, yes, there is need to stop the firefighting and let the currency prove itself on the open market, and then we can see how it goes, and then he can now start to respond that you are prophesied doom, but here you look at it, it is performing well. I think that should be the way to go for him. Really.
Okay, thank you so much for that. That was our morning update. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Marvelous Dlamini.
And I'm Kenan Rusike. We'll see you tonight on the round.